Good morning. It is Monday, April the 13th, and here we are. How are you being? Just thinking about the day today, and the word that I pulled today is for intention is determined. Determined. Before we get to that, though, I know that you spent, those of you who are watching every day, spent Saturday with Shelley, and she was looking at being stable, which is kind of interesting because the one I pulled on Friday was wavering to decisive. So I'm curious how you did with that, and if you were managing to get yourself in a decisive place instead of that, wavery place. And so interesting that today, not only are we decisive and stable, but today's intention is determined. Now, what I want to talk to you a little bit about today is determined to be what? Oftentimes when we come up with determination, it's what am I determined to do? And rather than focusing on what you're determined to do today, let's focus on how are you determined to be? Are you determined to be open? Are you determined to be excited, happy? Are you determined to be peaceful? How are you determined to be? That's really the question. And one of the questions that I've been asking people is that we are going to be looking back at this time in our lives for the rest of our lives. It'll be a little bit like how my parents viewed the war, before the war and after the war and during the war. And not that we're in a war right now, thankfully, but how do you want to be during this time? So the question I have for you is, how does your future self want to look at your past self? And then how do you want to be today to move one step closer to that? I am determined to be my best self during all of this. And I know it can be challenging at times when we feel squeezed or stressed to kind of fall off that mark a little bit. But I'm encouraging you to be determined to be your best self. How might you do that today? Well, how about giving your gifts? Showing up as you. Just taking a big, deep breath a couple of times a day to connect yourself back to yourself, or forward to yourself, I guess would be the more appropriate. Connect yourself with yourself. Big, deep breath in. And let it go. I am determined to have today count. I'm determined to be my best self today. How about you? Thanks for joining, and we'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock Mountain Time for another intention for the day. Meanwhile, ask yourself, how are you determined to be today? Take good care. I'm Suze Casey, and looking forward to supporting you. Should remind you that if you're looking for a quick tune-up, a little bit of repatterning, just pop onto this page and ask. All you have to do is ask. Our practitioners are standing by and are happy to give a 10-minute complimentary repatterning tune-up to help move you to the upside of the line and help you be determined to be your best you. Take good care. Have a glorious day.